Welcome to the cinema room. This is a full weekend of renovation DIY. Mark's already started. We're putting up the ceiling.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling.
I thought you were going to get some things.
No, I'm just trying to work out where we're going to put the boards, because I was just about to whack a load of stuff up, but realised that's not going to work with these. I won't be able to cut it into the framework if, well, not easily. It's easier to put the boards up in a different pattern than it is to bugger about doing that.
So just explain what we're doing, or shall I explain what I think we're doing?
Whichever. Well, essentially, we've had to replace the floors upstairs in the whole house. So
Because they were just disintegrating.
they were disintegrating, they were rotten, and they were also really, really wonky to the point that you just couldn't make it right. So we've had to put timber on the side of the old beams where we could keep them, because we didn't get rid of anything we didn't have to get rid of, and we've levelled everything out. The problem is that this side here is mainly original. You can see where we've married up bits of new timber onto the sides to get us get the floor upstairs level. Mm-hmm. But these, if you could just look on this side bit here, you'll see how it just twists and bows up. So it's it's a damn nuisance to plaster for starters. So what I'm doing is making an entire framework which is going to make everything at an angle but level. Okay. So that means I can just skim it all over without having to really mess about.
And this is the hole that I was talking about, just there in the corner.
Well,
and we need to order some panelling for that, which is such a shame. Did they take it off then?
No, it had to come off.
I know they took it off. The plumbers took it off, but did they not keep it, or did they just?
I think it came off in 2 bits.
Ah.
So there's not really a lot you can do about it. So I'm just measuring. I've got small boards rather than full-size plasterboards because it's just easier to handle. So then measure 900 by 1800. So I'm making sure that this is 900 centres from the wall, but of course the wall is not straight. So I'm just making sure that we hit 900 or thereabouts in the centre of this framework here.
Okay, and you said that I could help. I've got to go and put the washing out, but do you need me? What's for me to do when I come back in?
Well, you can help me put up some of the bits of wood. You can help me put the plasterboard up. We're going to put some insulation in here as well before we board up properly. Just use up what we've got. So we've got lots of stuff lying around which can be used. There's no reason as to why we can't do it. Yeah, so all sorts of things really.
Okay, so I'm going to put the kettle on and then put the washing out and then come back, and I am all yours.
Marvellous.
Here I am, reporting for duty. What do you want me to do?
Help me.
Right, give me a job. You just call me.
Titchy pants.
Titchy pants? What are titchy pants?
I don't know.
Well,
Have you got titchy pants on this today? I don't know.
here?
Yeah, just hold it. No, hold it up to the actual outside of that. That's it.
I hope you're not going to insult me all day.
It's a term of endearment, you know it.
I've never heard of that term before.
1854.
This is what happens when I help Mark. I just stand around a lot and then I get bored and I'll wander off, but I'm staying. He's just been to get some extra bits that apparently we need, and I'm just going to stand here patiently waiting for him. I was just telling everyone how I was patiently waiting and that this is what happens, that I give up in the end.
What? Waiting for me?
Yeah.
Well, there's stuff that needs to be done.
Well, what do you need me to do?
Well, not now. You need to wait for me.
Is that the wall that it's tough to get into? Not the wood, I'm assuming.
No, it's not the. Well, I am using a masonry bit with a very sharp point on it, but on wood, so it's struggling a bit. But
Rowan said that you've just popped into Sue Ryder. Did you see any sofas?
no. There was a red one there actually, but it's not really ideal, is it?
No. I have a job. My task is to get some of the insulation up on the ceiling. Sounds easy enough. Let's have a bit of a progress session. How's the frame going?
Slowly.
I've managed to get quite a lot of insulation in. Just got those last few to go. But you were saying that we don't really need to put the insulation, and this is because we've got it hanging around.
Yeah, we've got nothing else to do with it, so we may as well just pop it in and
just makes it that little bit warmer
for a bit longer. And
so it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're putting it in as many gaps as possible. So it's not going as fast as you'd hoped.
It never does it?
No. Do you think we're going to get this side done, or
possibly?
Is this other side already done? Because you had got plasterboard already up at one point.
No, because I put it all up, and then when we had that rat that died up there and we had to take it all down.
That's country living, everyone. If you think, oh my goodness, you just put the plasterboard up, and then a week later there was a dead rat.
It's fortuitous because actually this is not level. So what I'm going to do is level it all off with the framework, and then it will just make it way easier to plaster.
Okay, well I've got to pick Imi up in about 20 minutes, so I might get another 2 done before then. Hopefully I'll get rid of all of this.
Okay. Yep.
not sure whether we explained very well about the ceiling, but just looking back, you can see that the joists are sloping upwards. They're lower, a lot lower there than they are there. So we've got to put the frame on. It'll still be sloping, won't it?
It'll still be sloping, but if we'd done it lath and plaster like it was done originally, I think you build it up. Whereas if you're skimming, you are literally putting a couple of mil on, and if it's all over the place, your trowel just gets caught on everything.
Yeah. So we're hoping to at least get plasterboard up on this side. Most of the installation is now in where it can go in. You've actually got to take Rowan out tomorrow, haven't you, driving?
Yeah.
So we'll see how much we get done tomorrow. But I think we've got another couple of hours, I think, before the daylight definitely goes. Well, actually, that's not true, but I think we can keep going. I look as though I've been in a snowstorm. Imi has just called. I need to go and pick her up from the bus stop, and then I'll come back to insulating. Oh, that feels so nice. I've had a shower. I can't do any more. My back is feeling quite sore now after putting that insulation in, but I did get it all done, and Mark has almost got one side of the plasterboard up. It's looking so much better already, and it's making me very, very, very excited to get that room done as a family room, ready for Christmas. It's so exciting. I want to take the opportunity to thank you for all your feedback the other day when I asked you what you liked about my account. I wasn't looking for loads of compliments, but sometimes, honestly, I'm doing this and I'm just carrying on my day-to-day and vlogging it. And I get wonderful interactions, and then I just think, why are people watching? What is it that you actually like about what I do? The feedback was helpful in a way to know that the majority of you like everything that I'm doing. On the other hand, I don't feel as though I've got any clues as to how to improve, but hopefully over time my vlogs will just get better and better. Dinner is in the oven. I'm going to crack open a bottle of wine. The fire is lit in the living room. It's time just to switch off and go and enjoy my Saturday evening. I thought you'd appreciate an update of the cinema room. Look, if I pan up, you will see that we have a ceiling. There is ceiling on the half of the room that we're working on. We've still got the other half to do. Mark's had to take Rowan out on a big driving lesson today. They've headed into Norwich for, I think they'll be gone for 4 or even 5 hours. She has her test pending, fingers crossed. That is going to be a game changer for her and for us if she passes. In the time that Mark is out, I need to prepare for Restaurant Sunday. It's my turn to cook the food for our family Sunday meal. I am cooking a garlicky pork belly. It sounds lovely, really easy to prep and then just slow cook for 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to pop into the garden and pick some more dahlias for the table setting. I need to decide what we're having for the table setting and generally do some housework, tidy up, and as soon as Mark comes back we can jump back onto the cinema room. This is what we achieved. That hasn't been done yet because you'll see that we've got track light there. That needs to be fixed in properly. And we've still got this side to do. It may not look as though we achieved a lot in a whole day, but as we explained yesterday, we had to build a frame to attach the plasterboard to. But what a difference already. Mark will then be able to plaster at some point. And that's another big step forward. I've got to tell you about my frustration with Facebook Marketplace. It's just not the shopping place for me. I saw 2 matching sofas this morning. Well, actually, one was a 3-seater, one was a 2-seater. They were quite neutral, not necessarily what I thought that I was looking for, but they were clean and a good price. Rather than putting in an offer or dithering, I immediately messaged and said, yes, please. They'd said on the description that a deposit would secure them. They are literally a mile or 2 down the road. I said, yes, please. I can pop a deposit down immediately. I definitely want these. I didn't put an offer in. I just cannot explain how decisive I was. They would have been perfect. Anyway, I could see that the message had been seen. They didn't come back. And then eventually I sent another one saying, look, I'm just down the road. I've got the deposit. I really, really want these. Can I come and drop it off to you? And they said that it was pending because somebody was going to look at them this afternoon to decide if they liked them and if they were the right colour. I don't understand Facebook Marketplace. I was there with the money. I wanted them. I said yes. Why would you let somebody go to view them over somebody that had said yes, that they want them? I don't understand it. I just don't feel that I am going to find a sofa on Facebook Marketplace. I will keep trying, but it feels quite painful. On Facebook, Tetrad actually have an outlet shop. It's in Preston. Quite a trek for us to go up to Preston, but I am so tempted to hire a van for the weekend, go up to Preston and buy 2 new but bargain sofas. I think it might be easier and I would get what I know that I want, albeit I might have to mix and match the style of sofas. I've also noticed that there are other UK sofa manufacturers along the route, so we could probably take a trip and visit all the sofa outlets and see if we could get a bargain, some UK made comfortable sofas. It's a thought. Dinner is all prepped, ready to put in the oven later. I've got pork belly, leeks, lemon, sage and celery and garlic, lots of garlic. These are for the sauce that I need to make a bit later on. And I've decided, I think it's the pillowcases that I bought, the retro pillowcases, have inspired me to keep on the retro theme. I'm going to use this tablecloth. Nothing swished today. I cannot wait to sit down with the family and eat this later. Mark and Rowan have just arrived home, which is my cue to go in the cinema and help out. This is today's table. As you know, I like to keep it simple, nothing flash, just a family meal, no formalities. It's looking very bright. To go through a bit of detail, these are the plates that remind Mark of his grandma. Dahlias from the garden. Bee glasses, which I've got quite a collection of now. Pink candles from when I think I went to the Ball Inn. And a tablecloth I'm pretty sure I bought at Emmaus in Cambridge. Top tip, if you want to use jam jars, these are antique French jam jars, but if you want to use jam jars, these little tea lights that come in coloured cases really add a lovely pop of colour. This is dinner going in the oven. Prepared the veg. Cook the pork for 20 minutes. Now pouring over white wine. This will now be cooked for a couple of hours. It's looking really good already. Sorry about that. I got distracted with dinner and social media and everything. What do you need me to do?
I don't know really.
Oh, after all that rushing to help. No help needed?
Probably, yeah. But I just don't know what yet. Putting plasterboard up and stuff, probably.
Do you want me just to stand here looking pretty for a bit, or shall I make some tea?
Make some tea.
Okay. another sourdough started. Just basted the dinner and it looks lovely.
I don't know, just saying how nice that Saturday was.
Just hope I can reproduce it.
Yeah, that was really good. And that was better than any of your old ones. I mean, that was properly good. So,
I used a different method.
did you?
Mm.
What's how you would do normally?
Yeah, I put it in the fridge overnight. Dinner will be another hour. Will you stop then?
Yeah, I think so. I'm tired already.
What
I just want to get some of this
What
done.
can I do to help?
You can help me put the board up in a second because
Okay.
that would be much easier.
Because my back.
I know, it's good.
That's definitely food. Definitely food related.
Unbelievable. Well, you just wouldn't believe it, would you, really? That would make that much difference.
No. I'll go and tidy my bedroom then. If you don't need me at this moment in
Yeah.
time. I have a sofa update for you. I didn't get the 2 sofas that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Very frustrating because they were on my doorstep. Last night, however, we found a couple of matching sofas on eBay. They are in Norwich and we've actually arranged to go and see them. They're not necessarily what I thought that I wanted, but they are a matching pair. And I just keep looking in my diary, seeing how close we are to Christmas if I take out all the weekends where we've actually got some activities. Obviously we need to finish off the ceiling and the plastering and do all the other bits. Do we really have time to travel up to Preston to find a sofa? And also I seem to be expanding the budget of what we were thinking of. The 2 sofas that we have identified, they're certainly not the tetrad sofas that we were hoping to find or the leather Groucho sofas, but they are matching. They're quite classic, and you know that Mark likes a classic style. In fact, he was the one that actually found them on eBay. I think I can make them work. I can throw cushions and throws on them. It's really important to us to get this room ready for Christmas with a big television, watching Christmas films over Christmas with the family, with the fire on and candles lit is a big, big part of our Christmas. The living room doesn't have enough comfortable seating in it to do that as a family. We have always spent Christmas in the cinema room and I need to somehow transform it and get it ready for then. Therefore, I think the sofas that we have found could be a good alternative. And let's face it, they will last us for quite a few years. And in the meantime, I can keep looking for the sofa of my dreams. And if that happens to come along at the right price, I can jump on it then. I'm sure you're keen to see how far we got yesterday. We didn't get the ceiling finished. If it wasn't for Mark having to take Rowan out, which is far more important, that Rowan is prepped for her driving test, we would have got it done, but we didn't, and I know that we're away next weekend. But we did make good progress. Let me turn the camera around and show you. You can see that all of this side is done. Just need to sort the light out there. And then we started to put the plasterboard up on that side. Putting the frame up on this side was proving very, very difficult. The joists are all over the place. In fact, it was very difficult to get the plasterboard near the door because actually at one point it looked as though the plasterboard was going to have to come lower than the door. But good progress. I'm not sure when we'll get a chance to put this bit up, but knowing Mark, if he comes home early enough from work, he'll want to crack on with that this week. Other jobs, this is frustrating because we have got to order some panelling to go on this side, but we only need enough just to go there. That is so frustrating. That is going to cost a lot because there is a minimum delivery cost. There's a hole here which needs sorting out. Obviously, we're going to have to plaster the ceiling. We're not changing the paint colour. We're keeping it in Edward Bulmer Trumpington. The rug at the door is staying. If I can find some curtains, I will, but we have shutters, so that's not essential. Definite progress was made over the weekend, and if we can secure the 2 sofas, they're very neutral, which means I can then start sourcing soft furnishings, cushions. I've got blankets, but I can really start thinking about how we want to dress the room. Very excited about this. I can't even remember how many days it is until Christmas, but it does feel as though we've made a big leap forward this weekend. I forgot to mention last week, when I arrived home after my lunch date with Mark, this was waiting for me at home, and it's a lovely note card and gift voucher actually for bread sauce left by Hazel and Darren as a thank you for introducing them to Norfolk and generally my vlog. Thank you so much, Hazel and Darren. I really appreciate that. And Mark and I will enjoy our cup of tea in bread sauce. Thank you very much. I tend not to mention this a lot these days, but Hazel and Darren have reminded me that if you enjoy my free content and you would like to show your appreciation, you can buy me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/elegantly knackered style. I'll add a link into the description. There's no obligation to do it, but I know that sometimes my lovely subscribers like to just thank us in some way or another. Hope you enjoyed that vlog, and I look forward to catching up again with you on Wednesday. Bye for now.